Hello, and you're with the Emerald Bolt, and today we'll be reviewing My Little Pony episode 21, Every Little Thing She Does, of season 6. This was another Starlight episode, and I really do tend to enjoy the Starlight episodes without too much problems. There were a few things that were a little iffy plot-wise within this story, but generally it was a tale about insecurities when it comes to friendship, which Starlight obviously suffers quite greatly from insecurities. We start the episode with some magical rivalry between Twilight and Starlight, and it was kind of cool. Starlight is obviously very impressive magic-wise. I mean, she's doing things that easily rival Twilight in her magical abilities, which is kinda scary considering, but then we've already seen Starlight as an antagonist and know what she's quite capable of, which is completely destroying the time-space continuum. That was a good season final. Anyway, back to the actual episode point. We find out that Starlight is actually avoiding her friendship lessons, which she seems to have been doing a lot, which is not her problem because she seems to have social anxiety to a degree, which can be difficult to overcome. She's never really had any friends apart from her childhood friend, the wizard guy I can't recall, but essentially she hasn't had any others, so she's having great difficulty trying to cope with social desires or needs or fitting in per se with the other characters. I have to say that the main six are very forgiving, considering she made a reasonable apology at the end of the mind controlling bit, which just got worse and worse and worse, and it was hilarious. I was laughing quite a bit by the end of the calamity. She decided to mind control the others. Why she do that? She's obviously missing the point. She thinks that magic can solve every issue. It's I suppose it's more of a typical unicorn perspective that magic can solve most problems, but not when it comes to friendship. You can't solve issues with magic. You have to buckle down and do it yourself. And, obviously Twilight points out to Starlight what the main purposes of the activities are. They're not to be good or perform well or anything like that, but simply to enjoy the company with another person doing something they love. It's growing with another individual, which is a nice experience to do, and that's what Starlight has to learn. And she is learning. I mean, it's slow, painful lessons, and she seems to constantly bugger them up, but she was an antagonist. Discord still has issues, and he was converted to the good guy's side, 2 seasons ago, and he's still having issues, although he's a lot better than what he used to be. But, Starlight is fresh from being an antagonist, so she's got a lot of learning to do. And she's got the best group of friends to learn about friendship. I mean, the elements of harmony are basically, the friendship people, well, ponies, and they will teach her the ins and outs. She just has to not think that everything can be solved with magic. But there was some discrepancies, like the fact that she turned to magic pretty much instantly. It was slightly predictable, and the fact that the main six almost totally forgave her instantaneously, despite the fact that she'd gone and mind controlled them. It either shows that they are very big, that they are the bigger, better person, or that the script writers kind of ran out of time within 22 minutes. I reckon this would have been an actually great candidate episode for a 2-parter. I think that they should actually do that in future seasons, is make 2-parter episodes even mid-season. I know that the season opening and the season finales are 2-parters, but they could do 1 or 2 in the middle, and maybe even boost the season numbers up to 26 or something in order to compensate. But there are certainly a few plot lines that could have been a lot better if they were split out over 2 episodes, because it would have given the writers more to play with. It's just a personal criticism of the episode, but otherwise I really enjoyed it. Most of the Starlight episodes have been really good, and this was little exception. Just some of the plot holes were a little questionable at times, but that's me going into it as a reviewer and not as a fan. As a fan, I sat there and I enjoyed myself. Out of 10, I would give it a 7.5. It's more of a lower score because the plot holes kind of annoyed me, but overall I certainly wasn't complaining when I sat down and watched it, and I really did enjoy it. And that is the review for today. Thank you for watching. You've been with the Emerald Bowls. If you like, leave a like, comment. I will respond to all comments as I normally do. And if you really like my content, please subscribe. And of course, here is today's bloopers. And that is my review for today.